Hey, everybody, listen, welcome into the building and too good to leave you now. I hear you, but you know what is trending topics and it's trending, so I got to talk about it. So trending topics, happy Friday, everybody. Listen, can you believe it's 5 days before Christmas for those that celebrate? We got 5 days before Christmas. I needed to go pick up a few more gifts today, so I went to the mall, and guess what Diva did? She came out with all stuff for her. I had a bad day in terms of shopping for other people. I found stuff for myself. It's terrible. I'm going to have to just go get a bunch of gift cards for the people I got left. I'm so sorry because I love shopping for people. I really be spending a whole lot of time like, would they like this? Could they like this? But I get all gift receipts. In case you don't like it, you can take it back to the store and do what you do. But I love to shop for people. But today I was shopping for other people, but ended up shopping for self. It was a mess. It was a hot mess. But we got 5 days before Christmas. Did you finish your shopping if you are one to shop? But listen, 5 days, I can't wait. I love being around family and hanging out with the family. But it's Friday night, y'all. It's trending topics. And so tonight, y'all are my family. Listen, y'all my family 7 days out the week, and I appreciate y'all. Y'all come through, y'all hang with me, and we do what we do. So we're going to talk about it. It's trending topics, and the topic is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Diddy sued again. This time, Ariel Mitchell is one of the Jane Doe's clients, lawyers, and then Tony Busby is one of the people's lawyers. One of them claimed that back in that, remember that City College tragedy, the basketball game? One of them claimed she was violated at that game. She was violated at that game. After the violation, in the midst of all that chaos, people lost their lives, but she managed to get out. We're going to talk about it. Another person that is suing him said that he violated her. Well, let me back up. She was violated. She don't remember the violation. She just remembers waking up in the hospital. And then somebody called her and said, don't bother trying to sue Diddy because nobody's going to believe you. How do you not remember what happened, but you blaming Diddy for what had happened? This thing is a circus. It's a full-blown circus. And I don't even know how this thing's going to turn out. But you know it's trending topics, so we talk over here. We're going to dissect it and we're going to talk about it, okay? So then we got Biden. He got about 1,500 people that he want to pardon before he walk out of office. How many days Biden got left? 1,500 people that he wants to pardon. I said, hold on, wait a minute. 1,500? And I guess that's fine. But one of these people that he gave clemency to, they call her the Black Widow. Because 3 of her partners, 2 was her husband, 1 was her boyfriend, they all died in the same way. And they said she did it for insurance money. Now listen, I'm into second chances. Believe me, y'all know I am. I'm into second chances. But not 1, not 2, but 3 of her lovers were found dead in a car with a pow-pow to them. And no, they didn't get her on that. They got her on insurance for it. But y'all get what I'm saying. Well, what in the devil is going on? And Biden, that's who you putting back in the streets? We're going to talk about it. The Black Widow, she's going to be free thanks to Biden. Then we got TD Jakes. Listen, let me tell you something. When you know, grown up, my mom used to always say, "Watch the company you keep." You ever hear that saying? Watch the company that you keep. Diddy, unfortunately, is a clear example as to why you got to watch the company that you keep. Yes, he is. Clear example. So, TD Jakes, unfortunately, has found his name being said in the likes of Diddy. And TD Jakes, I don't know if it's him personally or if he has a team looking at it, but if you Google TD Jakes on YouTube, it's probably tons of videos. So TD Jakes is asking Google to help him take down 4 channels off of YouTube who he claims uses AI to make fake videos of him and Diddy together, and it is destroying his reputation, probably his health, his mental well-being, because he said it's all created by AI. And he said, not only are these channels making money, but so is YouTube. He said, because it's garnering millions of views. And some of them are depicting him and Diddy in bed together. And it's ruining his reputation. I will say this honestly. I don't think the AI thing is right. It's wrong. I think that Google does have a responsibility to what am I trying to say here? They have a responsibility. So you know what's interesting to me with YouTube? You can't say certain words on YouTube or they lose their mind, right? Even when you're doing it in pertaining to a story, you got to say unaliving. You can't say that somebody tried to commit the S word. It's craziness. Like stuff like that, they will shut you down. They will flag your video, right? But then you have these people that use AI, put up these outrageous thumbnails. When you click in their video, is nothing about the thumbnail and it's nothing that has anything to do with remotely being true. And they rack up millions of views and they're making big dollars. And somehow those channels seem to live on forever. So I do agree with TD Jakes that it is not fair and it is not right that these channels are allowed to exist. And you can clearly tell that the videos and what they has done was created through AI. AI is a blessing and a curse. It really is. And AI freaks me out. Yes, it does. It freaks me out. You know, all of these telemarketers, when they call you now, it's very scary. You don't even want to almost say hello because these people could steal your likeness by you just saying hello. Next thing you know, your bank account is empty. They created accounts in your name. Even when you have YouTubers stealing your picture, there's been a lot of times people have stolen my picture, which, by the way, I'm going to update next year. Gonna see how that goes. But anyway, people steal my picture. And they like, Diva, I saw you on somebody impersonating you on another channel saying thick and juicy or some other name. Or did they commented under my own video saying all kinds of craziness and asking people to click on here, give money, do this. It's crazy. So the AI situation is bad. TD Jakes, who is a very, very, very prominent preacher in the Black community, wrote tons of books. And no matter what he's accused of or whatever, this man preached a word out of his mouth and saved a lot of lives. So it's sad and it's a shame that this is where he's at this point in his life. He got to fight with a lawyer about stuff that is about him that is negative on YouTube. You got to be careful. Watch the company you keep. You do. And at the end of the day, you are never going to know anybody 100%. There are people that been married 35 years and don't even know their own husband or wife like that. Yeah, you can know somebody all your life and really don't know them. That's why I don't understand why all of these people feel that they have to deny Diddy. Because there's a possibility, just because I knew somebody and hung out with them, don't mean I knew every single thing about them. You got people that don't know their mate is out there cheating. And they live with them. How am I supposed to know 100% about somebody that I don't live with, that I just hung out with? It's not possible. Sometimes people are sleeping in the bed with the enemy and don't even know. So that's why I'm saying you don't have to deny, just tell the truth. I hung out with him. I partied with him. Do I know about all that stuff he's being accused of? No. But I'm not going to lie. When you got videos and pictures and you saw me calling him my brother and me hanging out with him and chilling with him. But TD Jakes, somebody tell me in the chat how old TD Jakes is. I know I want to say he's in his 70s. In your 70s, you dealing with a lawyer because there's negative stuff on YouTube about you, and you a preacher of you sleeping and going to with Diddy and going to freak offs. It's a sad day. It's a sad day. Let me see what you say here. That is why they have to deny Puffy. They are basically saying they don't know him like that. No, denying somebody and saying you don't know them like that is two different things. Denying them and saying you was never friends like that, and you got videos calling them your brother, and the kids are calling you Uncle Sean. No. Denying was different. I would never deny my friend. I'd be like, listen, I loved her. And I still do, but I don't love what she did and what she's being accused of. And I don't party like that. It's a difference. Denial is different. And denial will come back to bite you in the booty. When they pull up all these videos and say, oh, you didn't know them? Isn't that you? You let somebody you didn't know do this, that, then the other. It's a mess, but we're going to get into it, people. It's Friday night. It's Trending Topics, and the title is called Unbelievable. Now, y'all know what I need in the chat so I can bring the people on in the building. Listen, to my moms out there, much love, okay? We almost 5 days from Christmas. Love y'all. Y'all know what I need in the chat? I need a what? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Friday night, Trending Topics, and we got stuff to talk about. The title is called Unbelievable. Diddy is being sued again. I think Busby came out with another lawsuit against Diddy. Why? Because he can't get Jay-Z, because Jay-Z is staying on his neck. So Diddy is the low-hanging fruit. So he keeps stomping on him and stomping on him and stomping on him. But Busby, this stuff may come back to bite you. Biden gives clemency to a black woman, and they called her the Black Widow. How three of your husbands die in the same way? Girl, she needed to stay behind bars. I'm sorry. And I am into second chances, but that is a bit much. And then we got TD Jakes, okay? He gave clemency to my children's uncle. Respect. Well, I ain't mad, Miss Tish. But you know what, though? The Black Widow needed to stay in jail. He also gave clemency to somebody from the Black Mafia family. This is a bit much. Let me bring the people on in the building. Hey, Katrina.
Hey, Diva. Hey, chat. Choo, choo, choo.
Choo, choo, choo. So it's ladies' night, Katrina, because it's me and you right now. So we're going to go ahead and get into this, okay? Listen, if y'all never came up, you want to come up, it's Friday night. It's an easy night. Click the link and maybe join us here on the train because we have some seats. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and roll right into our first story. I'm going to go into the TD Jakes situation. I feel for him. He built his whole career. Somebody please look up and tell me how old TD Jakes is. He built his whole career being a prominent preacher. I have actually, TD Jakes came to my church in New Jersey. I've actually seen TD Jakes in person speak more than once, okay? And this man got a word in his belly. He wrote some very good books, you know, and that's why it's always a shame. It's hard to say. You know, there's this saying that says, do you throw the baby out with the bathwater? So it's like 67. Thank you, Lucas. It's like, do we have to trash a person's legacy because their reputation is in the gutter? And, you know, I want to say no. Now, they're trying to sell Ciroc because they're saying that Ciroc is in close things with Diddy. And they're thinking nobody's going to want to drink Ciroc now because of Diddy. And they're trying to sell it off. But TD Jakes, if you go into his history, he wrote a lot of good books. He preached a lot of good sermons. So do we have to throw all of his good deeds out because of what is perhaps going on right now? Y'all talk to me about that in the chat while I go ahead and share this screen. So celebrity pastor plagued by Diddy misinformation on YouTube, and he asks the court to intervene. So a lawyer for Bishop TD Jakes filed a motion seeking more information about 4 YouTube accounts posting salacious misinformation about him. A lawyer representing Bishop TD Jakes, the celebrity pastor, is going to new lengths to try to combat artificial intelligence generated misinformation posted about his client on YouTube, saying the platform has failed to effectively uphold its own policies. On Thursday, Dustin, an attorney for Jakes, filed a motion in the Northern District of California seeking to subpoena Google, YouTube's parent company, to share information concerning the identities of 4 YouTube account holders. They are purportedly located in Pakistan, South Africa, the Philippines, and Kenya, according to the accounts about section on YouTube. The motion said these accounts made false claims about Jakes, citing previous NBC News reporting about AI-generated misinformation on YouTube, and added that elements of the video were likely created with AI tools, including images used in thumbnails and voiceovers. YouTube videos utilizing AI have been popular for years, and YouTube recently introduced AI initiatives to dramatically increase the amount of AI-generated content and material on a platform. But AI elements have also been used to spread misinformation on videos that have the potential to make a large profit for both YouTube and their creators by monetizing them with ads. The motion filed by Jake's lawyer is a significant development in efforts to combat viral AI-generated misinformation on the platform, being one of the first of its kinds attempting to unmask creators behind it. In previous reporting, a YouTube creator behind similar content previously confirmed their use of AI tools to NBC News. And AI detection experts found a high likelihood of similar content involving AI-generated images and audio. YouTube didn't immediately respond to a request for a comment. In the last year, Jakes has been the subject of hundreds of YouTube videos that have received millions of views, part of a torrent of misinformation that stemmed from speculation surrounding allegations made about Sean Diddy Combs, whom Jakes has been associated with in the past. Since Combs was first accused of abuse in a lawsuit he settled with Cassandra Cassie Ventura in November 2023, a flurry of allegations, including sex trafficking, have been made against the rapper and record executive, who was arrested in September and is awaiting trial while in custody. An attorney for Combs denied Ventura's allegations and said that their settlement was not an admission of wrongdoing. Combs has denied other allegations made in subsequent civil lawsuits and pleaded not guilty in the criminal case. Alongside the real news coverage of Combs' case, an online misinformation ecosystem targeting Black celebrities has flourished. In January, NBC News identified dozens of videos with hundreds of thousands of views containing AI-generated misinformation about Combs, Jakes, and people like TV host Steve Harvey and actor Denzel Washington. Some of the videos falsely reported the individuals being arrested, and others featured thumbnails with salacious fake images of celebrities embedded together. NBC News found that some of the videos were created using AI tools. YouTube took action on some of the videos and channels NBC News identified, but Jake's attorney wrote in his motion that YouTube has failed to take action on many of the videos he flagged for the company. Jakes is the senior pastor at the non-denominational Christian megachurch, the Potter's House in Dallas, Texas. Oh, hundreds of videos. Katrina, your thoughts?
They got to shut a lot of people down. I don't know if YouTube's gonna be able to do this. And it's not right for them to do AI, put him in the bed and stuff with Diddy, and saying that, did he ever say that he has no friendship with Diddy, or he just said that the AI just put him in the bed with Diddy?
He said, now he doesn't deny his past, association to Diddy, but he's just saying that he, these videos depicting him in the bed with Diddy and some stuff is not true.
Okay. Well, basically it's wrong, but you know how the internet goes. We have fake people all the time. I had a thing from Ralph Tresvant. I mean, like, be for real. And then, I'm talking to him and whatsoever, and I'm like, this is not no Ralph Tresvant. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, I ain't got time for that. The internet is a world of psychos, and they do things to embarrass people, to bring people down. It's just like a comic strip, and they use it for their advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that TD Jake is innocent or guilty, because I don't even know what the man doing or whatever. But I'm just saying the internet is a playground. It's a playground. You see all types of stuff on there. You see people with fake accounts. You see people putting up fake flossing and they even have the money that they say they have. It's just a playground for a whole lot of people to come in and do and say things that's not true. And some of the things are true, but like I said, them doing that, and like you said, Diva, they quick to say about different words and about the pow pows and whatsoever, but yet and still we can see a utter screen on YouTube live, somebody being unalived. Y'all can put that out there, but you worried about somebody saying the pow pow word or the unalive word. It's ridiculous and it's sad. So this is the age of the computer. The computers are taking over, not only with grown people, with kids as well, and it's a sad situation. But that's all I got, Diva.
Thank you. Oh, well, you know, Raheem, I'm coming to you in my opinion. Raheem, you're making a good sense. Policing the internet is stupid. If it ain't true, move on. Well, that's the point there too. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Um, TD Jakes can go on and sit down somewhere, okay? Because all that stuff ain't AI, okay? Because there
Oh,
was videos of him partying, so he can't do that now. Everybody want to separate from this man because he going down, and they don't want to go down with him. I'm tired of it. Okay, it is what it is. Y'all was all having fun when he was out here doing his thing. Now that he on the lockdown and not everybody don't know him, everybody ain't hung with him. This wasn't me. That's wrong. That's AI. This is something. Miss me with that. Okay, the louder y'all sing, the guiltier y'all look.
mm. Well, then there's that. Okay. All right. Listen, um, yeah, they agree with you in my opinion. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. YouTube streets need to get fined for allowing this. They've been acting wild lately, raising YouTube TV and placing more ads so you can buy that subscription. Um, yeah, because when you have this subscription, you avoid the ads. It's a lot going on. It's messy. It seems like no matter what company it is or who it is, everybody's out for the almighty dollar. And listen, you get it how you get it, and integrity kind of goes out the door. But that's why I try to tell you over here all the time, don't sell your soul to the devil. Don't allow your integrity to go out the door. Because when you allow it to go out the door, it's very hard to get it back. It's very hard to get it back. We're going to go ahead and roll into the next story. Now, Biden, this is crazy to me. I get this whole pardoning people thing. And yes, some people may need to be pardoned. But this Black Widow thing, ooh, it's a little scary to me. I think in her case, she needed to go ahead and live the rest of her life behind bars. So, Black Widow, who killed 3 lovers for life insurance, free via Biden's historic clemency initiative, leaving former prosecutor pissed off. I would have been pissed off with the prosecutor too. I ain't even gonna lie to you. A Maryland woman dubbed the Black Widow, who was suspected of killing 2 of her ex-husbands and another lover, was freed by President Biden on Wednesday in his latest clemency initiative intended for nonviolent criminal offenders, a move that left her former prosecutor pissed off. Josephine Gray, a grandmother who was known for wearing flashy clothing, was put behind bars for 40 years in 2002 for life insurance fraud related to the deaths of 3 men between 1974 and 1996. Investigators at the time said she either assisted or unalived her lovers and found voodoo materials like dolls filled with needles. She was initially charged with murder, but was convicted on um, federal insurance fraud charges and avoided another murder trial after her attorney argued she would likely die in prison as she was 55 at the time. But to the prosecutor's surprise, she was freed after she found herself on the Biden's long list of 1,499 commutations, which the White House celebrated as the largest presidential clemency in modern history. That is her right there. Josephine, the Black Widow Gray, was accused of killing her first and second husbands. This doesn't feel like a rule of law moment for the Biden administration. James Trusty, who prosecuted Gray in Maryland, told the Washington Free Beacon, "It pisses me off, as you can imagine. All the Gray's suspected victims were found shot dead in their cars, including a lover of 6 years and 2 former husbands." Prosecutors at the time claimed that Gray, a former custodian and a grandma, was practicing voodoo and had her lovers killed for her through her charm and influence. Like the Black Widow spider, she basically kills her mates. And in this particular case, she did it 3 times. Douglas Gainsler, Montgomery County State's attorney, told NBC Today in 2022. She was a nice looking woman. Gray has been put behind bars for 40 years in 2002. The three men romantically linked to Josephine Gray were found unalived under suspicious circumstances. Clarence Good was Gray's lover before he was found unalive. His brother, LaRon Good, said he was not surprised about the charges in 2002, given her past behavior. Sometimes you can sit in church and look at a person and see something else in them, he said. You could see the devil come out of Josephine. Gray was also suspected of unaliving two of her husbands. Norman Stribling, her first, was found unalived in his car in Maryland in 1974. Her second husband, William Gray, was also found unalive in the trunk of his car in 1996, with investigators claiming she had convinced Clarence Gray to unalive him. Clarence Gray was also found unalive in his car in 1996. The White House did not respond to why Gray was on the list. America was built on a promise of possibility and second chances. Biden said in a statement about his clemency initiative, I have the great privilege of extending mercy to people who have demonstrated remorse and rehabilitation, restoring opportunities for Americans to participate in daily life and contribute to their communities. I will take more steps in the weeks ahead. My administration will continue reviewing clemency petitions to advance equal justice under the law. Now, clemency was meant for people who did nonviolent crimes, but yeah, Josephine is free. Katrina,
I'm scared. God, Joseph, Josephine,
child,
Josephine. Oh, Josephine.
mm,
Josephine, just take them on out.
child.
I'm just saying, and then the men don't know what happened to the other men before they get involved with Josephine. She
These
get them in the
men
same
don't
state, but she
care.
moved from
She
different
look
states.
cute. She look cute. These men don't care.
They care when they in the back of the car with a pow pow.
Mm.
Jesus, Josephine. I understand what he's trying to do. I get it. You know, everybody deserves a second chance. But lady, you had one, two, three. Well, she got somebody else to do it the last time, didn't it?
She got somebody to do it for her all the time, pretty much.
Oh, so that's basically how she got up out of there. Okay, okay. Now I see. But still, so she used her looks to get what she want. Okay. So basically she didn't do it. She had somebody else to do it. So when she get out, I hope no man go for her because you gonna end up in a car with a pow pow. And don't what think about it is when she get out, she should have no type of pow pows that can touch her hands. She should have nobody put no insurance. She should put nobody in no insurances. That way she can't pow pow somebody and get their money. And I see what Biden is doing, but you know, I see you spending time with the clemencies and nonviolent stuff like that. Sign the order to give these people first time home buyers that $25,000 like Vice President Kamala said she was gonna do. Do stuff
Exactly.
like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Put some motion in there. You know, you said you wanted to get rid of the student debt. Sign an executive order, get rid of the debt. Do everything that you can before you get up out of there because you the president. You still got the authority to say what you want to do and how you gonna do it. Do some things like that so more people. I'm not saying that you know the people shouldn't be let out of jail or anything, prison, anything like that. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying do something for the people that's on the outside that's struggling. You got kids getting out of college, they can't afford these houses and stuff because they got to pay back Sally Mae. So you got to, you know, I understand what he's doing, but do something like that that's productive. Yeah, you selling off the wall, auction off the wall for $5. That's still not helping the American people that need you, that need to have money coming in their pockets. They plan on shutting down the government, sign an executive order that they can't do it. I mean, put some things behind your words. We get what you're trying to do, we understand. But give these people a chance. The ones that's out there that's struggling. And people are struggling every day. If not, that's why we got people striking on Amazon. We got Starbucks people striking because they don't want to pay these people, but they want to sit back in their mansions and on their yachts and do what they want to do. But you want these people to do all the hard work for you when you living off their hard work. So if you don't have no workers, therefore you're going to lose businesses. So give these people what they deserve to have. And Biden, yes, I see what you're doing, but put something else behind that. Give these people these incentives for these homes and for going out getting small businesses and doing something for themselves. I understand the clemency thing. I'm happy that he's doing it, but certain people need to stay behind bars. I'm just being real. I'm not trying to put nobody behind bars because I don't want to see no person behind bars because they be treated like animals. But what I'm saying is put some incentives into what you need to do before you get up out that office. Give people a chance. Put those orders in. Put those orders in that these people will have something when you gone because we don't know what we facing in the 21st of January. But that's all I got, Deepa.
No, that was good. I appreciate you. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Well, here's the thing: the prosecutor should be mad at himself because she wasn't convicted of unaliving them. She was convicted of insurance fraud. So, I mean, that means you didn't do your job in the first place because you ain't even got on the right conviction. I don't know how I feel about this because I don't know. I know how the system is, okay, and they done worked over a few black people in their time. So maybe she ain't a black widow. Maybe this is just a label. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna pray that the lady stay away from all men now that she well off in her 80s. She just live out her life and have a nice one. Good luck.
Yeah, but you know what? He should be mad at himself because you are right. She got convicted of insurance fraud. And it's a listen, 3 men all connected to her. Something don't smell right, seem right, but you right, she is older now, so maybe she'll get out and act right. I don't know, but she definitely should be banned from trying to get somebody's insurance at the very least. But we'll carry on. Okay, Josephine is free thanks to Biden. Okay, so we're going to go into this last story. And the last story is, let me just X out of here and get to my right screen. The last story is Diddy's being sued again. I'm going to go over both of these lawsuits. It's insanity to me. But he lived a certain life. And now this life is coming back to haunt him, right? So the first one is back from 91, and this is a Busby special, okay? So Busby is the lawyer for this one. This girl is saying Diddy sued, he drugged her, armed me in 91 during the NYC stampede. So during this stampede, this girl is saying she got violated. I can't say it did or didn't happen. I'm just, let's go through the story here. Diddy is facing a new art allegation, one that dates back to before he was famous, and the alleged victim says it went down during an already infamous New York City event. The accuser, who's filing as Jane Doe, says she was attending a December 1991 charity basketball event at City College of New York, which was co-sponsored by a thin, up-and-coming producer, Sean Puffy Combs. She and a friend were invited by an unnamed rapper set to appear at the event. Here's the thing. Why can't we name these other people? The people are killing me not naming other people. Maybe Busby, like he was trying to do with Jay-Z, is trying to behind the scenes get some money from this unnamed rapper. She claims in a lawsuit, when she and her friend arrived, she says the crowd outside was large and getting unruly. And she convinced a security guard to let her and the friend in early. So the crowd outside was large and getting unruly, and she was able to convince a security guard to let her and her friend in early. The oversold basketball event. Event. Inside, they couldn't find the rapper. I guess the rapper that invited her. And the woman claims they were led to an office of the gym locker rooms where Combs had a makeshift dressing room. She says she didn't know who Puffy was at the time and asked if he could help her meet up with her rapper friend, and Diddy said he would make it happen. Your friend that invited you to give you... Okay. However, she alleges Combs handed her a plastic cup he told her contained Coca-Cola, and she took a sip. Immediately started feeling woozy and got up to leave, but she claims Combs blocked her. I mean, what is he giving in these drinks that you could take one sip and immediately you started feeling woozy? According to the suit filed by her attorney, Tony Busby, and listen, she says that she didn't even recognize who Diddy was at the time. So from a perfect stranger, you say, help me find my friend, and then this perfect stranger gives you Coca-Cola in a cup and you drink it. Okay, according to the suit filed by her attorney, Tony Busby, he started touching himself and fondling her and overpowered her when she started struggling. She alleges he pushed her down, tore off her underwear, and then arced her. Afterwards, she says she told Combs she was going to tell her rapper friend what had happened. And she claims Combs threatened her not to do that because people can come up missing. This happened in a place that was so crowded and all this going on. But okay, we're going to continue. The accuser says Combs then left to deal with something at the event. And she found her friend and they made their exit. In the suit, she says the scene outside was chaotic as people were running in every direction. She's referring to a stampede that broke out because the 91 event was oversold. 9 people ended up dying, and there were more injured. The headliner that day was the late, great Heavy D, who was signed to Uptown Records, the label where Combs got his start. So other people had trouble getting out. They got stomped on. They lost their lives. But in this chaos, she found her friend, and they escaped. We reached out to Diddy's camp for a comment on the new suit. So far, no word back. That's lawsuit number 1 that came out today. Let me get the other one. Now this one, Diddy radio contest winner sues for SA. Pics from the trip included in the lawsuit. So Diddy is facing another SA lawsuit. And this time the accuser has included pictures from the party where she was allegedly armed. LaToya Grayson, an Oklahoma woman, has filed a lawsuit against Diddy, Bad Boy Records, and a series of other companies over a 2006 incident where she claims she went to a Combs party and was drugged and armed. Here's the deal. According to the lawsuit, Grayson's sibling won a radio contest through K-Jams, a local Oklahoma radio station, which included round-trip airfare for the winner and a guest, a hotel room in New York City, and 2 tickets to attend Diddy's white party in New York City. Grayson says she and her sibling went to New York. She included in the complaint a photo of the alleged invite to the party and pictures of her Delta airline tickets to take her from Tulsa to New York on October 16, 2006, and then back on the 17th. She also includes a picture of a bill from the Roger Smith Hotel, a ritzy spot in Manhattan, paid for by Atlantic Records. Grayson says she and her sibling went to the party, which was changed to a black party, but was separated when entering the party, with Grayson getting in and her sibling being left outside. Now, this is just a side note. If I go somewhere with my sister or my girlfriends and they can't get in, well, I ain't going in either. But that's another story for another day. During the party, Grayson took a series of photos with stars like Babs in Bone Crusher, and she included the photos in her lawsuit as well. Grayson said waitresses circled around the room with pre-made drinks, and after she said she had only 2, she began to feel sick and headed to the restroom. The thing is, I'm not saying this is true or false. The thing is, if a waitress is coming around with pre-made drinks and everybody in the party is drinking this, how does one person fall out and everybody else is still standing? I don't know, but let's continue. Grayson says she has no recollection of the rest of the night. Instead, waking up at St. Vincent's Medical Center, when she woke up, she says she had a ripped shirt, no undergarments on, and most of her money was gone. And she included her band, I guess, from the hospital stay that night. It says 10/17/06. It has her name on it. They etched out her date of birth. It's important to know Grayson remembers nothing about this assault she says happened. So she can't say with certainty who allegedly armed her. How do you get to sue Diddy and you don't know who did it to you? And she never mentions actually seeing or speaking with Diddy at the event. This is crazy. She then flew back to Oklahoma, where she says she received a call from an anonymous female who she says claims told her not to pursue action against Diddy because he was a celebrity and she would just be wasting her time. The lawsuit filed by Grayson's attorney, Ariel Mitchell, says that out of fear and confusion, she chose not to report the art at the time. As you know, Diddy is currently locked up in the MDC Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, awaiting trial for racketeering, conspiracy, trafficking, and transportation to engage in P. We reached out to Diddy's attorney. So far, no word back. We're unable to reach the radio station, K Jams. We reached out to Delta Airlines. So far, no word back. Here's the thing, though. Let me go back to her hospital bed. She was in the hospital, but she said she chose not to report the R out of fear of restitution, like, retaliation and all that. If she went to the hospital and she had signs of being R'd, they would have did a R kit. What does her medical records say from 06 happened to her as to why she was in the hospital? If we got this band from the hospital way back then, I believe that 123986622, that probably was the medical records. I don't know how long they need to keep medical records. There's something that it looks like unknown on there. Either way, we need more information. This is a hot mess. Jay said, I feel this story is believable. Put yourselves in her shoes that night. Y'all so quick to discount story when y'all wasn't there, and she has this documented proof that she was. You can have documented proof that I was in the mall today, but that doesn't mean that somebody in the mall beat me up and stole my money in my purse. I got documented proof I was in the mall today from all the stores that I shopped at. Out of her own mouth, she says she don't talk about speaking to Diddy. She don't talk about speaking to Diddy, and she herself says she don't know if Diddy did it. And you asking me, Jay, disrespectfully, why am I discounting her story? She don't even have her story together. She says she really can't say for sure Diddy did anything to her. She says she don't remember speaking to Diddy or seeing Diddy, but she's blaming Diddy for being R'd. And then she said she didn't tell anybody, but she was in the hospital. Was the hospital because maybe you was drunk? I don't know. So it's not about me discounting her, but if there's a hole in the story, we gotta dissect it. Just like that Lamisha was all over YouTube saying she was a Jane Doe, and then 2 seconds later, we found out that she's not a Jane Doe. All I want to say is, Jay, you got the question so you can get down to the nitty-gritty of the story. Shay, if she was beat up and stolen items, use your brains and deduce here how this happened. I think I am using my brains, but we'll carry on. I pray you never have a story to tell with proof. All right, Jay. I'll let you live. In my opinion, your thoughts?
So the first one.
Hold on, in my opinion. Flip, come on now, Flip. Wouldn't the ER notify the police if they thought a crime was committed or if she was mangled? I'm trying to tell you. But let's not even go there for a minute. Let's stick with the point where the girl herself came out her mouth and said, I don't know for sure who did anything to me. Go ahead, in my opinion.
Okay, so the first one I don't believe at all, but I mean to each his own. She was at a stampede. I don't understand if you there, you mean your rapper friend. Don't you got your rapper friend number? Can't you just call him on the phone? Hey, security, let me in. Where you at? You know, it don't make no sense. But you know, I'll keep mine low on that one. On the other girl, I feel sorry for her because we don't know what happened to her. She don't know what happened to her. All we know is she drunk some drinks and she passed out. And now we having to put the pieces of the puzzle together. But it's hard to say when you don't know. We wasn't there, so we definitely don't know. But in order for it to be a case, you have to know something. You have to know what happened to you to even, bring a case. So I don't understand how the story gotten this far without any proof, unless he left some deposit, on her medical records, and that even that would have been a stretch because all hospitals have to report a crime whenever it happens. So I think if they would have saw that, they would have had to report it, and then that would have been a police report in New York also. So I don't know, but good luck.
Good luck. Okay. Where is the phone record of the phone call from the anonymous person? Child, this story sounds so. And listen, you know what? Ariel Mitchell Kidd has some sketchy clients before this. Courtney Burgess. So, Jay, did Courtney have proof too? Courtney had 8 videos that showed 3 minors. And then when the Southern District of New York called him down to the courthouse, he said he trashed the videos. He never watched the videos. He don't know nothing from nothing. Yes, we're going to ask questions because we're using our brain. Wayne, your thoughts?
Diva passed me on it because I came on the tail end of it.
Oh, okay. Well, we're done. I
I didn't go, Diva.
Oh, I'm sorry, Katrina. Go ahead.
Hurt my feelings. Why don't you? With the first case, you said that you went into a room with him, into a makeshift dressing room, and then you said that he gave you something to drink, and then you said that he R'd you. Okay, so when you got out of there, when he got through R'ing you, you said you found your friend, and y'all ran out. It was a stampede. But did you run to the hospital or did you run to the police station? Did you do any of that? And if you was feeling woozy and stuff like that, how was you able to stand up? I mean, I'm not saying that what he gave her was strong, but I'm just saying, you feeling all this woozy and stuff, how do you manage to get through the stampede and everybody else was getting trampled on? And if you feeling woozy. And I'm not saying that this didn't happen, but I'm just asking these questions. And why was your friend? You said you went in the room. Why you didn't take your friend with you if you going to find your other friend? And then for the other person, the one that said that they won the contest. Okay, I could see her suing Diddy, or I could see, well, actually, she should be suing Atlantic because they was the reason why she won the contest and whatsoever. But then you said You woke up in the hospital. Who took you to the hospital? How did
Child.
you get to the hospital? Who took you there? Did you stumble there? You say you woke up in the hospital, but who took you to the hospital if you was out of it? So did Diddy or the people drove you to the hospital and just push you out the car? How did you get to the hospital? That's what I'm trying to figure out. She said she woke up, she was in the hospital. If you woke up, you was in the hospital, and the folks seen that you in the condition that you was in, mangled up or whatever, of course they're gonna run all kinds of tests. They're gonna run drug tests. They're gonna run R tests. They're gonna run everything to see what happens to you. And then you say you got a call from an anonymous lady saying that don't sue him. He's a celebrity. But you don't know who did this to you because you said you was out. So how can you say Diddy did it when you saying that you was passed out? You don't know who did it. You can't remember. So I can see her suing all of it, but you got to sue the people that gave you the ticket. But then again, you went on your own risk as well. And then you said you left your friend, your sister couldn't get in, but you went in. I wouldn't have went in if my sister couldn't go in. I said, well, no, we just have to pass this out. We just have to go somewhere else.
Yeah,
We
I'm trying
good.
to tell you.
You know what I'm saying? But we just have to go somewhere else. I'm not finna leave. Okay, but where my sister going? If my sister can't get in, I can't get in. That's the whole reason why I brought her, so she can come in with me. Then you run around your mom. Didn't your mom ever tell you never drink something that you didn't see somebody pour yourself or that you didn't make yourself? You never drink for somebody. I don't care if you got little cocktail waitresses walking around giving out drinks or whatsoever. Don't bring me nothing that's already been poured because I don't know what you poured in it or who you mixed it with. Is your hands clean? Is the ice clean? No, I don't want it. You good? We good? We
Wait,
good.
you didn't know who Puffy was at the time, but you looking for your friend and you take soda from him. But
Yes.
you want to know what's convenient? The other one, your sister didn't get in the party, so she conveniently can't be questioned to ask about anything to collaborate your story. I mean, this story is so ridiculous. Both of them miss me with the nonsense.
Like I said, we're not victim shaming, chat. We just calling out the facts. I mean, what if this was your brother that was being accused of all this crazy stuff? We just calling out the facts. We're not saying these people are not victims or whatsoever. But I'm just trying to figure out your story's got holes in it because you didn't tell us how you don't remember how you even got to the hospital. I'm trying to figure out how did you even get to the hospital? Did your sister take you to the hospital? She wasn't there. So how did you get to the hospital? Who dropped you off? I'm just trying to figure it out. I mean, it's not for me to figure out because it's ridiculous. But I'm just saying, I'm just asking this question. And if the hospital got you, of course they're gonna run all types of tests and see what's any type of substance in your system, especially if you came in looking that way. They're gonna do an examination. They're gonna do all this type of stuff. And if she went to the hospital to get this done and you had proof, I wouldn't worry about what the anonymous person calling saying that he's a celebrity. Don't sue him. No, you should be suing Atlantic and all that as well. I don't know. These I don't know. Busby, I don't know. Oh, Jesus. That's all I got, Diva. Because I ain't got a headache dealing with these people. That's all I got.
That part. It so she said somebody also when she woke up, like everything out of her pocketbook was gone. But I guess she still had her phone, or maybe by the time somebody called her, she got another phone. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. Yeah, and Doggy Diamonds TV. No, you ain't see me in Jack's chat. Somebody is impersonating me, and we just
And how did they get her phone number, Diva?
child. Okay, you know what? In my opinion, I'm just trying to tell you how they get her phone number. And it was an anonymous female. An anonymous female got her phone number and called her and said, "Don't sue Diddy." I don't know. Listen. It's totally crazy. It's insane. All of these people do seem like now it's some money grab because it's not making sense. The math is not adding up. The one you take some soda from a perfect stranger and at the tube says you're woozy, it was a makeshift office That would mean that everybody in there back then, 1991, they allowing this person from there. They hearing you. Did you scream? Because your friend was at this event. Did you try to scream? Did you do anything? Did you eventually tell your friend, the rapper? Or are you now saying that that particular rapper, maybe that rapper is gone? Maybe that rapper died? Because was the rapper, what's his name? Heavy D?
Heavy D.
Keisha, what are your thoughts?
I just had to come. I'm almost better, so excuse my voice. I'm almost 100%. But I just had to come. I'm like, these stories are getting more ridiculous day by day. I mean, I don't want to victim shame, because what if they are telling the truth? You know, maybe they are, but they sound so far-fetched. And like Katrina said, or you said, why would you ask somebody you don't even know to help you find your rapper friend? Why would you go in if your sister couldn't go in? I definitely wouldn't go by myself. But the sad part is, it makes me think, like, it's crazy that if these stories are fake, it's sad that that's the world that we're in right now. Like, this guy could be in jail. This ruined his whole reputation, and people are just after money, and nobody's thinking about that. He's in jail, away from his family. Of course, he probably did a lot of the stuff, but a lot of these stories are just ridiculous right now. People just after money, and it's just sad to see. In the beginning, he did it, but more and more every day, I'm starting to feel bad for him, for Diddy.
Well, you know what the bad part is that whatever he did do, let that surface. But the lawyer said from the beginning, it's a money grab from a lot of these people, and we're seeing it's some money grab. Your story doesn't make sense. All right, so you got plane tickets, you got this, you got that. Yeah, you won the concert, you won the contest, and yeah, you was there. But because you was there, does this mean that all of this other stuff happened? You're saying that everybody else said that Diddy handed them the drink. You're saying that somebody was walking around with pre-made drinks. Unless that somebody told you to take this one specific drink right here, if everybody in that party is drinking these pre-made drinks and they're laced, everybody should be feeling like they need to go lay down or be in a room or whatever the case may be, because all of them should be 2 seconds from feeling woozy and passing out. Now, yes, people have different tolerance levels, but if it's spiked, it's spiked. And if you drinking more than one, and by 2, 3, if they're spiked, everybody at some point is going to go down. They're using the same blueprint. I had a drink, I got woozy. Next thing you know, Diddy was R-ing me, and then I woke up, and some are in the hospital, some are in the ditch, some are in the corner, some ran to gas stations. It doesn't make sense. You was extremely woozy, and the whole time you was being violated, you couldn't protect yourself, scream, none of that. But then after the violation, it was enough that it wore off that quickly.
Diddy doing all these violations, is he wearing protection?
Nah,
Diva.
yes.
I think I'm beginning to think more about Diddy, that it was just a bunch of consensual affairs going on with some SA workers brought in, and he was taking pictures of them. And I don't think there were pictures like trying to show you doing something criminal or whatever. Just the mere fact that somebody got you on tape having an affair or something is bad enough. Which I don't think needs to come out. Who cares what celebrities are doing? I mean, if there's no pictures, if it's nothing with them violating anybody or doing anything like that, let dead dogs lie. Lie. I mean, it's no sense in interrupting these people's lives with personal things. Now, I'm not saying Diddy did some of the things, whatever, but on the most part, I think it was just a bunch of adults consenting to do stuff, knowing that the drinks had a little something in them, because what they say, ain't no party like a Diddy party. So I don't think that people didn't know that the drinks was had something in it. They was having a good time. They free-hearted whatever they was doing, and they brought the extra people in.
Mm.
And I think those are the ones that's trying to come forth to say, oh, you know, oh, you're an SA worker, but they made me do this. Like it wasn't on your resume. You know?
Not on a resume. A lot of people said, I do believe there are true victims out there, right? But those true victims are really so traumatized that some of them just want to forget what happened, when it happened, how it happened. And I think that some of the victims, which is not unusual, this is weird to say, they probably found themselves in Diddy's presence again, like Cassie did, and they kind of blaming themselves, and they really don't know how to approach this, so they just rather just lean back and just heal and not really say anything. Diddy is so vulnerable right now that it's the perfect time to get your piece of the pie too. Uncle Jay, that is 100% correct and well said. And my thing is, whatever he did, I'm sure it's horrific enough, because there's horror stories that we know about, right? One of the horror stories we know about is the coach from UCLA, where Justin Combs went, and how Diddy went there with a kettlebell and was going to hand and did what he did. That is documented. He had to do probation for that. I mean, I think it was a day in some community service, whatever, but it's documented. We don't have to say alleged with that. There's another situation. I forgot the guy's name. I want to say he busted him upside the head with a champagne bottle. It's documented. We don't have to say alleged with that. This man has a temper. He abuses substances, and badly. In a temper and substances don't go well together. He's arrogant as hell. Yeah, he did not treat his artists right. There's a lot that could be said about Diddy that probably we could say 10 toes down that is true. But I do believe some of these stories, they are all trying to jump on a money grab train, and they're going to mess up. Just like these people from YSL, they walked out of that court. They in the streets now with these frivolous stuff like this that don't make any darn sense. Diddy's going to walk out, and people are going to be emotional about it. But it's because of this nonsense right here. I don't care what nobody's saying. This ain't victim shaming. This story don't make no sense. You coming with a lawsuit and you yourself out of your own mouth. That is why, y'all, I bring articles when I do these stories. Because I'm talking out of what she said. My commentary is based upon what this chick said out of her own mouth. I didn't speak to Diddy. I don't know if he did it to me. So the only thing that's telling her that he violated her is this anonymous phone call that we probably will never be able to verify, saying don't sue Diddy. When you accusing somebody of a heinous crime like that, you need a little bit more facts. I'm sorry, this is stupid. Because what happens is, if you let this case go through with that limited information, like in my opinion said, tomorrow it'll be your brother, your uncle, your cousin, who somebody gonna talk about, I'm not sure, but Diva called me and said he did it, so that's why I'm suing him. What? You show a hospital ban. What does that mean? It means you was in the hospital. You could have been in the hospital for alcohol poisoning. I don't know. Where's the records? And like I think it was Flip or somebody else said, the hospital see you ain't got no underwear on. You look like you violated. They're going to do an R kit and call the po-po. That's right. Come on, RD. Prove your case. And then the other one. There's no way on this earth I will go anywhere with my sister and my sister can't get in. Well, we both ain't getting in. Let's go eat somewhere else or do something else. I'm leaving my sister outside. There ain't no way I need to get in nobody's party that bad. Nowhere. If I'm here with my sister, my girlfriends, or whoever I came with, there ain't no way that if you open that door, we all can't get in, then none of us going in. But that's how I get down.
And she was in a whole new city. It's not like she came all the way from Oklahoma to New York, a whole new city by herself. Is she just gonna go somewhere strange without her sister?
You better
a whole new city.
You better talk. But wasn't it her sister that won the tickets? So
maybe I don't remember.
She said her sister won the tickets. Your sister was the winner. She can't get in, and you gonna go on without the winner? You wouldn't even have been there if it wasn't for her. This is stupid. I'm gonna go back to really quickly, and then we gonna close out because I can't with these people. It just don't make no sense. Like,
Buzz is gonna end up just like Fannie Willis. He gonna end up just like them people gonna walk. Diddy gonna end up walking because of all these frivolous stuff. Because once they put Woody on that stand, they should have checked all them cases down. Now she been taking off the Trump case. They calling her a disgrace.
Right.
He gonna end up just like Buzz. Buzz gonna end up just like her, and that's a sad situation because the real victims is not getting their justice because of all these frivolous people. And I'm not saying that these people didn't happen whatsoever, but your stories ain't matching up. But all I'm just saying is, all this frivolous stuff gonna end up. He gonna be walking, and we already know what type of person. Well, we don't know him, but we've heard the type of things that Diddy have done and got away with it. And so now y'all gonna allow this to happen again with all this frivolous stuff and not bringing out the truth because you wanted on a piece of the pie.
Right.
What about the people that's suffering?
Hold on, Katrina. Here's the deal. According to the lawsuit, Grayson's sibling won a radio contest through the local radio station. Your sister won the tickets. You get there, your sister can't get in. You leave her? Come on now. This don't make no darn sense. There ain't no way in heck. Her sister won the tickets.
Crazy.
Okay.
Crazy.
And like you said, she in a whole new city where she don't even know what's good. And she will leave us. I'll be like, girl, let's go back to the hotel. This wasn't meant to be. We came to New York. We saw. We got here free. Forget about this party. To the sister one. Listen, guys, come on now. I cannot with these people.
Can I say one thing, Diva?
Of course you can.
Oh, I was just gonna say there has to be. Is there like no repercussions that can be done to these people if he's found not guilty with some of these cases? Like you can just come up with false accusations with people, ruin their reputation, and then these people just walk free. Like that one that was crying that had that fake case with the other lady. Now we don't hear anything else about her. She came out crying. Now she's just gone. But these people's reputation are still destroyed. Like what happens to these people?
That's a good question, which I'm gonna try to look into and find out. But you know what, Thalia is has gone dark now, but she's being sued by Big Joe.
Okay, good.
Big Joe is suing her. Not only is Big Joe suing her, he wrote a book about the whole situation. She's being sued. So she screwed herself because she messed around with the wrong one. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with this whole Jay-Z thing because Jay-Z keeps asking for a dismissal of this chick, right? And I said before, and this I'm 10 toes down on, if that case was just against Jay-Z and it wasn't connected to Diddy, I do believe the judge would have dismissed it already. But if the judge dismisses that case because it's connected to Diddy, it's going to open the floodgates. And I think that's the only reason why that case has not been dismissed yet. And Jay-Z is pissed off about it. But if a judge dismisses that case because there's holes in that Jane Doe story, it's going to automatically have a trickle effect on all the cases that this Busby brought against Diddy. That's the judge hold up. It's a nasty dogfight. And once, let's just say he dismisses that case against Jay-Z, you have to dismiss that particular case against Busby. And then if Diddy got half decent lawyers, they would be on Tony Busby cases like white on rice, like they like to say. And they would be like, listen, he was found questionable in this one. All of these 20 cases are nothing but lies. Busby promised us that it was a 9-year-old. We have yet to hear about that case. When Busby did that press conference, he said his youngest client was 9 at the time that Diddy violated him. We have yet to hear that case. This girl that is 13, that they're swearing 10 toes down, they're proving that she is correct. Now she's changing the year from it happened in 2000 to it happened in 2003. Well, that adds 3 years onto your life. That would mean you were either 16 or 17 when this happened. Now, still, you are minor, but it's not 13. And it will make a little bit more sense. You got a 13-year-old that lived in Rochester, New York, that found her way by some other person that was a driver. A person that was a driver. And not only a driver, but a driver that was willing to drive 5 hours to drop you off at Radio City Music Hall. It doesn't make sense. So that would mean that that 13-year-old was used to hanging with adults, because what driver, and even as a teenage driver, let's just say this was a 16-year-old that had a permit or a license, you cannot be in the car. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. And then conveniently, the person that drove her to Radio City Music Hall is dead. Conveniently now with this case, your sister who could have collaborated your story never got in the party, and she's the one that won the tickets. Conveniently, the one that talks about it happened to her at City College, somehow her and her friend got in there early. Then I guess they partied while she was getting AR'd. But then after she got AR'd, she found her friend again, and they get to escape outside in the midst of a chaotic situation where everybody was struggling to find their way out the door because everybody was rushing and pushing. So she's trying to say, oh, Diddy left because he had to go handle a situation. So somebody came and said, Diddy, we need you. It's chaos out here. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. And people want to shut the people down who are dissecting this thing with the blanket statement of you're victim shaming. No, we are dissecting this thing because what do you think is going to happen when they get in the courtroom? A lawyer is going to ask them questions. What do you think is going to happen if they do a press conference? If you got the right news anchor, they're going to ask questions. Just like they asked that Jane Doe that did a press conference, which was the dumbest idea, that was being accused Jay-Z and Diddy of arming her. The own NBC News said the math was not mathing. What do you think is going to happen? But what they know is that they already put Diddy's reputation in the trash can. So they think if they keep throwing out trash, we're just going to agree like, oh my God, this is so sad. No, we're going to ask questions. And not because we're victim shaming, not because we want him to get away with anything, but we're going to ask questions because that's what we do when we use our brains. Convenient. Her sister wasn't in. Did her sister wait outside? Did her sister go back to the hotel? What did her sister do when her sister didn't get into the party? Bananas. But listen, guys, anybody else before I close this thing out?
Diva, I'll say this. I know growing up, my mom and them used to tell me, if you go somewhere with your sister, you better come back with her. I don't know too many siblings that don't follow that same rule. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's usually what the parents do. They want you to go into because they want y'all to come back together. And you better not be leaving nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have got in trouble leaving my sister behind. and going somewhere and talking about, so, oh, well, she couldn't get in, but I could. Like, that ain't how it works. I don't understand this at all. I don't know what sister would have said. Oh yeah, you go ahead and go. I'm gonna go back to the hotel.
Child. And then in the whole city that you not from.
Yep, you're right too, Steven. In my opinion, without going with the sister, like you said with your mom said, that just seems like it makes it like 20 times more dangerous. You know, like she was willing to take that risk to just go on with all these men or these famous people she doesn't know without her sister in an even more dangerous environment. You know, it just seems weird.
It does. But listen, guys, I
I'm
appreciate.
trying to figure out how she got in and not the sister. And the sister was the one that won the tickets. Why did the other sister didn't get in? If the sister won the tickets, how she got in and not that sister?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Katrina. I feel like the sister was in there. But if you're giving this story, right, and you and it's perhaps come times where things to be questioned, your sister's not gonna have to tell a lie because y'all said she wasn't in there. This thing don't add up. So was the sister back at the hotel? Did the sister meet you at the hospital? Who brought you to the hospital? They stole all your money and everything. So somebody had to bring you there because you ain't have no money. But you still had your phone, maybe perhaps because they called you and said, don't you dare blame this on Diddy because people come up unalived. It's stupid. But listen, guys, y'all know the routine. If you didn't hit that like button on the way in, hit the like button on the way out. Listen, good night and goodbye, everybody. I'll see y'all tomorrow night for Trending Topics. Thanks for being here. Bye, y'all.
All right, good night. Good night, Diva. Good night, you guys.